Hamid was sitting at a traffic light when he witnessed a red light runner get T-boned and roll over. Hamid rushed over and helped the driver, who was unharmed. When the police arrived, he showed them his Teslacam video. They were very happy that Tesla had captured the incident, and they recorded it right there on the screen. Victor was on his way to the hardware store when he noticed a pickup truck pulling out of the parking lot. The black car in front of him was not slowing down. Victor couldn't believe they hadn't seen each other. After pulling over to offer his Teslacam footage, Victor learned that the woman in the black car was pregnant. She ended up going to the hospital for an evaluation, but Victor found out later that she and her baby were okay. Colton was watching YouTube on his center screen and sitting in a Walmart parking lot while his wife went inside on a quick errand. Suddenly, this man started bowing to him, or to his Tesla, or maybe to his Teslacam. Colton just smiled and waved back at him. Colton sent along a shout out to his wife McKinley, who got him the amazing Tesla as a birthday present. Oh man, you got a Tesla as a birthday present? The Wife of the Year award goes to McKinley. Chris was driving his Model 3 on I-40 eastbound in Nashville, Tennessee. He noticed the traffic had stopped in one of the lanes up ahead, but another driver wasn't so observant. The driver of the white SUV didn't attempt to brake until the last second. It slammed into the stopped traffic, setting off a chain reaction involving at least 3 other cars. Mike had left his Model 3 parked while getting a haircut. This car was next to him when he first parked, and the lady was just sitting in her car on her phone. The Sentry mode footage reveals she spent another 45 minutes in there before this happened. The sharp edge of her door left a dent in the Tesla. After she did this, she got back into her car and left. If we watch closely, Mike says it looks like she gave it an extra push to ensure she hit the car. Mike got her license plate number, made a police report, and filed a claim with his insurance. It turns out she was uninsured, so Mike dropped the claim and is just gonna pay for it himself. Jake had parked his Model 3 at a racing event in Union Grove, Wisconsin. Sentry mode was triggered by these guys, who are obviously not Tesla fans. One of them kicked the front bumper, triggering the Tesla laser, which spooked them. No visible damage was done to the car. Honestly, he probably hurt his foot more than the car. This video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. It's a free-to-play game available both on mobile and PC. Use our link below or the QR code to download the game. Death Knight is one of Raid's most beloved characters, a forever underdog champion who thinks he's finally having his day in the sun when Raid Shadow Legends announces that he's finally getting upgraded. But actually, he's being usurped by Ultimate Death Knight, a new legendary hero. Ultimate Death Knight champion is definitely someone you would like to use in battles. Now that I think of it, he even looks like the Cart Demon. Oh no, there we have it, that's a sword bump. This champion has an amazing skill called Rats Off to Ya. This AoE skill is a tribute to Mr. Nibbles, a pet of OG Death Knight. The best part about Ultimate Cart Demon, Death Knight, is everyone can get him for free. Just log in and play Raid for 7 days between now and October 27th and you'll get him. You can also use the DK Rises promo code for a bunch of free items to instantly level your new strongest champion all the way to level 50 and 5-star Ascension. There's never been a better time to get started. New players, use my link or scan the QR code right here and get a free starter pack worth almost $30, a free champion Vergis, and also this cool in-game loot. You'll find these rewards in your inbox for the next 30 days only. Anthony was driving his Model 3 in the rain when, all of a sudden, he hydroplaned and spun out. Incredibly, he did a full 360 without hitting anything before continuing on facing the right way. Anthony pulled over to the shoulder to take a breather anyway. As he did, he rolled up to a sign that informed him what he had just done was strictly forbidden. Anthony also wanted to make a public service announcement for the car that never needs service. He put 40,000 miles on this first set of tires, never needing to change them until after this incident. He urges all Tesla owners watching this to check their tires today. Not tomorrow, today. Robert was sitting at a red light when, to his surprise, the General Lee drove right past him while in a low-speed pursuit. Robert wants to shout out his sons Sam, Seth, Curtis, and Eli. Mark was driving his Model 3 in Nanaimo, British Columbia when a driver turned into oncoming traffic and headed straight at him. The passenger freaked out before covering her eyes. Big G was headed home from work at about 8:10 p.m. He was about to pull into a parking lot to pick up some food when he noticed a Lexus behind him doing some crazy stunt. It turns out it wasn't a stunt at all. It had just rained and the driver of the Lexus floored the gas while changing lanes. They were unable to correct before colliding with the median. Big G made sure it wasn't one of his coworkers. It wasn't, and the driver of the Lexus was okay. Big G wanted to shout out his friend Wilsden from Twitch. They watch Wham Bam Teslacam all the time on his streams. After leaving the post office, a Toyota nearly backed into Bill at a stop sign. Bill honked his horn and the driver waved, as if to say, sorry. Then the driver proceeded to race into the intersection, cutting off another driver. Josh was getting on a highway on-ramp when he was met face-to-face with a wrong-way driver coming off the ramp. Always expect the unexpected. Becca Soup was sitting in their Model 3 in a coffee shop parking lot waiting for a friend to arrive. That's when they heard a terrible scraping sound from the rear passenger side of the car. They looked over to see a car had gotten stuck on the concrete parking divider and was struggling to get back over it. They quickly tapped the dashcam button and sure enough, it had captured the whole thing. Becca Soup sent us one more video of an incident that happened the very next day. They were on their way to work when they saw traffic slowing and emergency lights in the distance. They assumed there must have been an accident. Instead, they found themselves passing a police escort of 2 military helicopters being towed down the street. You don't see that every day. Michael was parked at a Volta charging station at the Village Shopping Mall in Corte Madera, California. A Ford Mustang Mach-E was also parked nearby and plugged in, getting a free charge. A white Tesla Model X pulled into the parking space next to Michael, but there were only 2 Volta chargers and both were being used. The driver of the Model X walked over to the Mach-E, unplugged the charger, and plugged it into her Model X. Then she walked away toward the mall. Michael later saw the driver of the Mach-E walking around his car, probably confused about why his car was no longer being charged. Have you ever wondered how they water the landscaping inside of a roundabout? Well, we know now. While Dorian was approaching a roundabout, he saw a truck using a water cannon to water the plants and grass in the circle. Victoria was driving to work on a major highway in Atlanta, Georgia, when 2 cars came speeding up behind her, weaving from lane to lane. They almost crashed into each other, attempting to merge into the same lane. The Maserati got extremely close to rear-ending Victoria, and she had to accelerate hard to get out of the way. It looks like this Polestar also wanted in on the action. Justin was waiting in line to use a busy supercharger in his brand new Model 3 Performance. It was 5 minutes before the supercharging rate was going to double, so everyone was trying to get plugged in as fast as they could. The driver in front of Justin started to move forward, thinking a spot was open. All of a sudden, he realized the car in front of him was ahead of him in line. You know how lines work. So the driver backed up his Tesla right into Justin's. When Justin got out, all he said was, "Dude, how does this even happen? You have all these cameras and sensors, how exactly did that happen?" Justin was kind though, because he understands that accidents happen. Unfortunately, the other driver was uninsured. Justin is still waiting for his collision center appointment due to a high volume of cars needing repair, but he'll be paying for it out of pocket. James had just taken delivery of his Tesla and told his wife he couldn't wait to submit a video to Wham Bam. He never thought he'd have a video to send in the very next day. A couple who doesn't live in their complex approached, and the guy checked the Tesla's door before going straight to James' motorcycle and trying to unlock it with some tool. They got spooked when one of the tenants started backing out of a parking space and stopped to walk out. James did inform the landlord of the event, and it turned out some other neighbors with Teslas had also captured footage of them trying to get inside other cars. Lorelei was driving home on the night of September 18th, 2022. That's when her Tesla Model 3 captured a SpaceX rocket launch. What a gorgeous sight!